Good morning. I haven't been on in a while, and in this video I would like to share why I really felt that things were becoming a lie and I just can't lie. If you're watching this for the first time, my name is Emer. I go by Emer Inspires, and my purpose in this channel was always to create an open space and a place where basically we can just start the conversation. So let me share why I felt I couldn't come on. It actually stemmed back to even going back to last May. I've mentioned in other videos that I had invested quite heavily in myself, in building my own business, as we so often do, with the belief that my business was going to change, and it really wasn't. I was helping build somebody else's business. And that wasn't the real reason. For me, this massive industry that is now taking over, because the latest trend is around spirituality, is around well-being and everything, and there's a lot of people jumping on the bandwagon, and I could see it happening, and I was trying to stay going, I was trying to stay focused and just do my own thing. Now, I got into understanding about energies, yin and yang and everything 20 years ago, and I learned it through Aikido. And I had got to a point where I was like, is this a complete and utter sham? Because I was conned. I would be straight up and say I was conned. And the good news is, and that's why I suppose is I stepped back, because I realized I couldn't be coming online watching everything I said, because it was going through a dispute. But last week I actually got the good news and I won my dispute, because at the end of the day, business is business. And when people make promises and make offers, trust me, there are things in place that can help you do it. Now that's not what this video is about. But if you do need help, leave a comment or get in touch, and I will certainly, or if you want me, I will do a video on that and share a little bit more of steps you can take if you're feeling that maybe something has happened in a similar situation where you've been basically scammed out of your money. So going back, I really struggled with what the hell was going on, why I could see, I started to see both sides of what was happening. I kind of got put into it and I wasn't quite sure how, but I understand, based on everything, I had to look inwardly, and I took a step back, and I decided initially that I would just take July off, and because I had a lot going on anyway, so it made sense to kind of just take a break from it for July. And I was doing a lot of soul searching in this time, and then another reason why I had stopped is my IBS had come back, and IBS is an absolute sign you're not listening to your gut. And because of money, because I had put so much into it, I knew it wasn't aligning to me, but I tried to stay going, and that's why my gut was having none of it. It really wasn't, and it's my absolute alarm bell. And that's when I made the decision, when that kicked off, and I realized that started triggering. It was like that's what triggered me to go after and go into a dispute to try and get my money back. As I said, I took a step back. I said, look, I can't be coming online watching every single thing I say, because as I said, I can't lie. That is one of my strongest values, is honesty. People may or may not like it, but I will always try to be honest. I will always do it with dignity, and I will always do it with kindness. So please don't ask me who was involved, who was this about, because that's not who I am. I'm sharing this to help people realize the process I went through. It can be done, and we can get to the other side. So at the end of July, I was like, okay, I need to get back doing my videos again. Because everyone tells you must stay consistent, you must stay this. First of all, most people telling you that have a large team behind them. I don't. I'm just me, and I have a few people from time to time that can help me out. And it was down in the Listowel Festival, brilliant festival. You get a music festival, listening to the song that I put at the end of every video, of all my videos, What a Love. And there's a line in that song, when things are not okay, I'm not okay. and I broke. I absolutely broke. Because I was singing my heart out. I suppose I had let myself go. I had really tuned into myself. And I realised I was even lying to myself right there and right then, that I was trying to pretend to everybody that I'm okay, everything is great, look at this, here's how we do it, and I wasn't. And so much so that when I broke down, the bass player Noxie actually asked me from stage, was I okay? He's like, always like, because I just crumbled. And I actually brought the caravan down with me, so I got to stay in my own space, were no distractions the next morning. And I went, what the hell was that all about? And I sat down and I opened up my notebook. I bring a book of appreciation, so I write about things that I really find true appreciation. And I realized there and then, I had to forgive, I had to learn to love, and I had to let go of the dispute that was going on. I had to trust I had done enough. And the amazing guy Luke, I like forever indebted to him, that was working on my case. I had to let that go and stop making myself ill, stop making myself really struggle with it. And I wrote that, and oh my God, did I cry. I cried like there was no tomorrow. Talk about a huge release. And I just, and I thought, okay, I need to pick myself up, which was the next song. They played the two songs that are my songs. One is What I Love, the other is Give Me a Minute. And Give Me a Minute is about picking yourself back up and getting going again. And it was what I did. I had to pick myself up and really start to focus on building my business, my way, with the beliefs that I believe are true. Not because they're profitable, not because they're sexy and they're what everybody wants. I am designing, I'm designing web solutions created for people, designing for people. I'm very passionate about how we communicate online, how we're not communicating because of online, the effects and the psychology and everything behind what we are doing online. And rather than, and this is the problem with a lot of these things, and they can make you feel very disillusioned because you see people using them, whether it's social media badly or whatever, all for self-gain. Any of these are just vehicles. Social media, it's a platform, it's a vehicle to drive things. It's no different to buying a car. And some people will buy their car to get from A to B safely and, bring their kids around and be really, mindful about using their car. And there are other people who will drive like crazy lunatics and sadly will kill people. But they're still just a car. So we have all these tools that are there. I have all this knowledge that I have gained. And in what I'm working on at the moment, everything, yin and yang, everything has two sides. Everything has the positive and negative. Everything has the positive and the shadow, you may think, the light and the shade. And the more I have learned about these things, I have learned very much of, how you can really work with your audience on stage. But I will do it in a way that is beneficial for everybody. And that is what was imprinted in me 20 years ago when I started with Aikido. You are the better person if you do it for them and for you. If you're pretending it's for them, and that's what happened with me, but it's really just for them, for the other person, to create money from it, then it's a problem. So it's not a problem about making money. It's about, I will not create a web solution or a website for somebody who's not ready for it. I will show them, I'll set them up in a way so they can get started. I look at where they are on their journey. And I think if you let me know in the comments if you are in business, that's the important thing, is providing the value for the stage that they're at. Stop thinking about providing the value so you get them on the whatever you call those whirl wheels that the hamster's going round, hamster wheel, I suppose, hamster wheel, to get them into your funnel. Because to me, that's not being a genuine, authentic person. But how can you get them started? Because I think it was John Maxwell I heard say this. I love John Maxwell. He's very good about communication. That it's the person who gets you started in something people never forget. Whether it's your first experience of something, your first love, your first kiss, you will always remember these things, whether they're good or bad, but you will always remember the first of anything. So really think of if you're working in business, how can I help somebody to get started? And not just try to sell them what might make me more money, but what will help them. Because you know what? With all the internet marketing in the world, and by God I know it, and I know the SEO and I know everything, your best marketing tool is still word of mouth. And people will talk and pass your message on when you have truly helped them. So I hope you found this helpful or beneficial, or you might be even glad to see me back. Let me know in the comments. Of course, if you haven't done it already, subscribe, thumbs up, notifications. And I would love if you'd continue on. I'm going to put a series of photos together of this summer, just to share some of the things that I was doing, so you know what I was getting up to. With the wonderful music from the Coronas, I don't know how to lie. Thanks for that. And by the way, they have given me their full consent and permission to use their music, and I am so grateful for that. So enjoy the song, and talk to you again soon. I'll pop in whenever I can, because life is life and I'm pretty busy. As you can see, I'm not very dressed up today. I just realised I could have really done a bit more with my hair and stuff. But hey, such a life. Bye bye. Love you all.
If I keep my mouth closed and might not let you know that I don't think you should go. And if it's selfish, I'd insane to ask you to stay. Well, I'm not sure I'd lie. Can't relate. Trust you when things are properly explained. So I just proclaim I'm all yours. Hope it's all